Getty Berlin is understood to be one of the nations using for a halt on the second payment to Ankara. Germany is one of the nations that is alleged to have disputed the funding for the €6 billion, £5.2 billion, deal. Several countries in the EU are understood to have protested the funding during a number of meetings. Spiegel magazine also reported that the finance clash stems from where the money should come from. Two payments of €3 billion were set to be made in exchange for Turkey promise to keep its borders from letting in migrants. The funding for the first installment came from three different sources. The first third was paid for by the bloc's funding while member states paid for the rest. Countries gave Ankara different sums depending on the size of their economy. It is believed Germany's economic strength meant it paid close to €500 million to Turkey. However, Berlin is understood to be one of the nations using for a halt on the second payment to Ankara. The member of the EU 27 is arguing that the second sum should not be paid until common projects between the bloc and Turkey have been implemented. Spiegel quoted that less than 50% of the agreed 26 projects between the two have been carried out. Getty Germany's economic strength meant it paid close to €500 million to Turkey. A member of the EU Commission was reported to have commented on the matter. They stated that the agreement between Turkey and the bloc was negotiated overnight and that is not the way people work in the EU. A joint letter is understood to have been put together to the Commission by Germany, France, Austria, Sweden, Denmark and Finland, who have stated that the last sum of €3 billion should be paid to Ankara with EU funding. Jean-Claude Juncker has reportedly refused the suggestion. Getty Ben Ali Yildirim recently stated that the EU must be grateful to Ankara. Ben Ali Yildirim, the Prime Minister of Turkey, recently stated that the EU must be grateful to Ankara for halting terrorists from infiltrating the bloc. He remarked, "The EU must be grateful to Turkey for all this. Turkey stops terrorists posing as asylum seekers from infiltrating Europe."